In this room in particular, we've got hedgehogs, we've got snakes, we've got lizards, we've got insects, we've got a ferret, we've got some micro squirrels, and we've got a spider.
Dale started collecting critters when he was young. Right now, he has 96 animals living in his house. But since 2010, he's been using them for therapeutic purposes too.
Animal assisted therapy can be used in quite a wide variety of settings. Bertie. Bertie is an African pygmy hedgehog.
Dale takes his animals to meet patients in hospitals, psychiatric wards and care homes. He thinks the interaction they provide can have a real impact.
It helps people who otherwise couldn't be helped. You know, people will engage with animals who've remained disengaged for months, sometimes even years. You know, we have people in the psychiatric hospitals that we helped that haven't been out of their rooms, haven't spoken, and then all of a sudden they meet the animals and they begin to engage with others in conversation.
Each of Dale's exotic collection has something different to offer.
Snakes give a three-dimensional therapy in terms of you're conquering a fear to start with, because lots of people are a bit wary of snakes because they're obviously portrayed as being quite an evil thing right from the start of time when there was a snake in the Garden of Eden. The sensory effect of a millipede walking on your skin is actually quite therapeutic. It kind of feels like Velcro. You can imagine the sound it makes when you part two pieces of Velcro is exactly the same when you kind of take a millipede off your skin. They're awesome, absolutely awesome.
Today, Dale is preparing to run a session with dementia patients in a residential home.
This is Sebastian the chinchilla. The last one in his beans. Oh, in the boot. He's just one of the things. And
30 miles away at the care home, one of the people awaiting Dale's arrival is Joan.
Mum is in her early 80s. She was widowed just coming up to 12 months ago, and she has dementia. So when my father passed away, it became very evident very quickly that she needed to be somewhere where she was safe and looked after. Her short-term memory is very, very short. Within minutes she will have forgotten or she will have repeated the same question, and it becomes quite frustrating, and it's quite difficult sometimes to answer those questions as if it's the first time you've heard them, when in fact it's probably the 20th. It's very hard because I think you lose your mother. I've lost my mother, and as the disease progresses, she doesn't really even look like my mum used to look, which is really odd.
But Pat found the one thing that really seemed to make a difference was Dale's weekly visits.
We've got some animals, ladies and gents.
within dementia, the crux of it is that you're basically connecting to a dementia patient's memories of their past life and helping bring them back into the now. Okay, so we've brought a good selection of animals. Obviously beans, and then we've got a few others to look at here. They're all furry animals, so they all like to fuss and they all like to be straight. So what are you going to do? You're going to give him a treat, but we're going to make him ask for it? No. Now give me 5. Good boy.
Most of our residents are dog lovers. Many have owned dogs in the past, so this is just like a little reminder. Are you good? Beans is a dog that I really rate very highly.
No, I didn't. You won't mind anybody. It's called Beans.
We had quite a few family dogs over the years, and interestingly, knowing that Dale was coming today, did spark off several conversations about our pets, and she did do a lot of reminiscing over the last couple of days about our dogs and having put them in kennels and how traumatic that had been, and we never did it again. So it was nice to hear her talking about those things.
He's a chinchilla. Chinchilla. A chinchilla. Yeah. Oh. There you go. It's taken to you, hasn't it?
The chinchilla is amazing because of that softness.
I used to farm them in this country. Called Sebastian. Sebastian. Sebastian the chinchilla.
I think having a pet and having an animal yourself, when you're well, is therapeutic in itself. So obviously for somebody that isn't as well, be that physically or mentally, it's got to be a good thing, and you can see how calming it can be when they're stroking the animals and things. It's just lovely. Beautiful. It's like silk. It's gorgeous. Isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. It's actually
very soft, isn't it? That's okay, yeah? The next animal we bought is a hedgehog, and his name is Bertie. Bertie's about 2 years old.
He was a hairbrush.
Thought he was a hairbrush. We won't try it, eh?
Oh, it's prickly, isn't it?
Prickly, yeah. Who remembers these guys? Yeah? Back in the 70s and the 60s, tortoises were very popular pets, and you find quite a lot of dementia patients will say, I used to have one of these when I was a child, or they will remember having one as a parent for their child, and tortoises do bring back a lot of memories in people.
Don't take the jump on you.
You just something to snuggle up to at night.
Ask one of the girls to take you.
How did that one feel, Mum? How did that feel? Not soft, you know, when you pick up a little animal, it was just hard. Well, it's a shell, isn't it?
And for Dale's grand finale, the star of the show is Stoosh.
What we've got here, it's a North American striped skunk. They are very, very friendly animals.
Oh, you are lovely, aren't you?
How wonderful to be in your 80s and still have new experiences, you know, touching and stroking new animals that you've never seen before. I think it's marvellous.
She has fresh fruit and vegetables, seeds, nuts, chicken. She goes and makes sure she's got space for it. There's a lot of enjoyment and just see they're delighted to see animals. You know, animals bright up anybody's day, regardless of what the problem is on that particular day. I can't really call it work. I love my pets, and I get to meet different people every day. I get to help people. I get to see that look on their face when the animal's helping them, making them feel better, and you don't get any better job satisfaction than helping other people.
It's lovely, absolutely lovely, and it's difficult to say in words, but to see her face light up when she sees the animals, and I know that she won't remember, but for that snapshot in time, for that afternoon, this afternoon, it's brought her so much joy